What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade come to you with that instant basketball analysis playoff edition going live on YouTube exclusively on Analysis Playground on there. And we're going to talk about how the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics again and puts them on the brink of elimination, going back to Boston, and that's something that nobody's seen. They actually have a chance to put out the defending champions in 5 games. And on top of that, Jason Tatum went for a 40 plus point game, but ended up injuring himself in this game. We don't know what the injury is. We don't know what's going to happen with him. We just know that Tatum might miss the rest of the series, making it easier for the New York Knicks to be able to win this series. Even though they already did what they were supposed to do in game 1 and 2, they ended up doing it in game 4 also. So all I can say really is it's tough as a Celtics fan to not only lose this game, but to lose Tatum. And the fact that the Knicks just look better than us defensively. They look better than us offensively. It seems like they're playing like they have something to prove, while the Celtics are just trying to let the game come to them. And I think that's a problem, and it is problematic when you have that logic because you're not entitled to everything. You have to work for everything. You have to go out there and strive for everything. And the Celtics look a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too relaxed, even on the defensive end. And I think that's been one of our biggest problems. But the New York Knicks won the game 121 to 113. Boston did have a great first quarter and a great start to this game. They won the first quarter 39 to 28. Then it was 23 to 23, so they was able to go into the second half the right way. And then that's when it all fell apart because the Knicks ended up going on a 37 to 23 run to end the third quarter and won that quarter with ease. And that allowed them to be up in the fourth quarter, which they also won that quarter 33 to 28 in the fourth. And the Knicks, they always had the ability to compete. They always had the ability to go out there and get the best out of their group that plays. And it's no surprise that they're giving us a little bit of trouble. But Jalen Brown and Jay Tatum had a good games. And if you're going to get those type of performances from those guys and still lose, there's nothing I can really tell you besides they got our number right now, and they showing you, like I said, giving them their full credit that they're better than us. But Jason Tatum, 16 to 28 when he was out there, mainly because he played the entire game mostly. He was 7 to 16 from three, 3 to 3 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a -9 and plus minus. He ended up having 42 points, which was dominant. He was taking tough shots, making easy shots and tough ones. Was getting to the basket and finishing, getting to the free throw line was perfect. Was out there competing defensively, and even though he did all those things to try to help this team win, they still was trailing, and they still ended up losing even before he got injured, showing you how really good the Knicks have been playing against us. Al Horford didn't do much. He was 1 or 2 from the field, 1 or 2 from three, because that was his only field goals. He was also 2 or 2 from the free throw line. He did have 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 personal fouls, and a -8 plus minus. He ended up having 5 points. Like, you liked his defense. You liked the fact that he was able to keep the ball moving and going. But other than that, he was just out there just trying to do the best he could, not to get in the way. And you have to like that. But, we needed more from some other guys like Drew Holiday, too, who was 2 of 5 from the field and 0 of 2 from three. He did have 4 rebounds and one was offensive with 3 assists. He also had 3 personal fouls. He finished as a -12 and plus minus. He only had 4 points. So Horford played 38 minutes and gave you 5. Drew Holiday played 34 and gave you 4. That just can't happen, even if they're great defensively, because we need them to be able to score and put pressure on the Knicks defense to make decisions. I feel like Derek White did that perfectly tonight, playing 44 minutes, which was the most from any starter. He was 6 of 12 from the field, 6 of 11 from three, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He did get 3 rebounds, with 2 of them being offensive with 2 assists also. And then he had 2 turnovers and no personal fouls. That's good that he was competing and forcing them to take tough shots on the perimeter, even though they was making them this night, which is important because it allowed them to be able to eliminate us in any game that we don't perform well enough to win. -10 and plus minus, he led everybody in scoring. Secondly, on this team with 23 points other than Tatum. And then Jalen Brown, he had it going. He was trying to help us in the fourth quarter also. Just didn't go the way we needed it to go, unfortunately. 7 to 16 from the field. He was 2 of 8 from three, missed a couple in the fourth quarter that we really needed him to make to give us a chance, but he couldn't. 4 or 6 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds. One of them was offensive, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. He also did have 5 personal fouls, but didn't foul out. And he was a -1 and plus minus. Luke Cornett, big net, 8 minutes, -2 and plus minus for him. He didn't do anything statistically, unfortunately, in those 8 minutes. Kristaps Porzingis tried, gave it, a run, didn't really do much. Again, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from three, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 3 on was offensive. He did have a steal, did have a turnover, did have a personal foul. He did also have 7 points. You would take a game like this knowing that he's sick and he's not really energized enough to really make a huge impact defensively or offensively, but at least he's trying and he's doing a good job, just not great or amazing. But you'll take it because you need him more than a lot of other players that you can be playing or having. And then Peyton Pritchard was 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from three, missed a lot in the fourth quarter. But he was just basically hoisting them up at that point, just seeing if they'd go in, and one did. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line, did have one still a turnover, and it was a +2 and plus minus. He was the only guy to get in double figures in any statistical category off the bench with 12 points for the Celtics, which was good to see. The rest of the guys did not play. Coach's decision. Some of that's going to change if Tatum can't play. If he can't play, we're going to see more of the bench playing, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they can light a fire up under somebody else, and they can be a difference maker for this team. So we have to wait and see who is going to be hot or not. 38 of 79, 48% from the field for them, 18 to 48, 37% from three, 19 to 26, 73% from the free throw line, 31 rebounds, 15 assists, 8 steals, 2 blocks, 12 turnovers, and 16 personal fouls as a team for the Boston Celtics. And then the Knicks, they played a small rotation as they normally do. Mikal Bridges really came alive in the fourth quarter again. He was able to hit that dagger, mid-range stop and pop fadeaway jumper that he patented it, and he did a great job of making it, and he was able to shoot real well from the field, which was 11 to 21 from the field. Took the second most shots on the team tonight, but he did go 1 to 6 from three. Once he figured out that shot wasn't working for him, he found other ways to put points on the board, especially when it mattered the most. 7 rebounds, 1 of his offense, so 3 assists. He did have 4 steals and a block with 3 turnovers in the personal foul. He was a +14 and plus minus. He ended up having 23 points. OG Anunoby hit some shots in the fourth too, including a big 3 that kept them ahead and kept them letting them know that we feel like we can win this game. We're not scared of these guys. We can beat these guys. We did it twice. That show them that we can do it again. And that's the mentality that you have to have if you want to beat the defending champions. And that's why they've been able to do it so far. 8 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from three, 3 rebounds, 1 of his offensive, 2 assists, 3 personal fouls, a +4 and plus minus 20 points. For him, just a great game scoring in the paint, scoring on the perimeter, and playing good defense, standing in front of guys and making things difficult, or even playing in the passing lane like we've seen in this game tonight. And then Towns stayed in that paint for the most part, 11 of 15 from the field. For him, just trying to be strong and not be, scared in the paint. And also just trying to get high percentage shots to the best of your ability and just knocking those down when you get them. 0 of 3 from three, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He did have a double-double again, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 3 on his offense, so with an assist, a block, 4 turnovers, 5 personal fouls. Got in some trouble there by not being in the right time or just fouling because guys beat other guys off the dribble, so you're just late trying to protect the rim like he normally is, and that's mainly why he got in foul trouble. -1 and plus minus for him. Jalen Brunson was 14 and 25, took the most shots from the team, but it paid off because he also made some big shots in the fourth quarter and was able to get the shots that he really worked for and wanted anyway. And some of them shots we would just live with because you're taking pull up, fadeaway jumpers and tough jumpers off the dribble. Them the type of shots we want you to take. The problem is him and Mikal was making them. We have to deal with it because you got to give up something each and every possession. If you want to win, you just got to live with your defense and just trust that they played it good. And if they make shots, they make shots. 7 to 9 from the free throw line for him. He did have 39 points and 12 assists. We knew Brunson was due for a big game, and this was his big game. And it came at home in Madison Square Garden, so it made sense for him to do it that way. And they needed it 5 rebounds. One of them was offensive. He did have a turnover. He did have 2 personal fouls. He did have a plus 12 and plus minus. I like the fact he was driving and moving and finding guys throughout the game for easy opportunities, points wise. And they were just able to knock those shots down for the most part. And then Josh Hart, they kept him under kept him under double figures with 6 points because he went 2 of 7 from the field and 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. But he did have 9 rebounds and 2 of them was offensive with 5 assists and a steal, 3 turnovers. He did also have 5 personal fouls. So he almost fouled out, but didn't. And he still was able to play 30 minutes. He was a +8 and plus minus. Precious Achiuwa got on the court, played 1 minute. He was 0-1 from the field and a -4 and plus minus. That was the end of his night. Mitchell Robinson was 2 of 2 from the field, which was really good to see. He was able to score without getting to the free throw line and score 4 points. But he had done what he normally does, and that's just be dominant on the rebounding end of the basketball court. 8 rebounds, but 5 of them was offensive, really big for them. 2 assists, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, a +6 and plus minus. The Celtics haven't been able to find a way to keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass, and nobody has. That's why they needed him to get back healthy because he's just that good at doing what he does. Cameron Payne, CP, didn't do much. He was 0-3 from the field. It was all 3-point attempts. And he did have 1 personal foul. He finished as a -2 and plus minus. And that was the end of his day. And Miles McBride, 2 of 4 from the field. It was 3-point shots that he took mostly, but he went 2 of 3 from there, no free throws. So he finished with 6 points, and he had some good looks, and he was able to knock them down. You like to see that. So that was a good game from him, a +3 and plus minus. The rest of the guys did not play coach's decision, although they was healthy. 50 of 92, 54% from the field, 12 of 34. They did shoot 35% from three, and they also did go 9 of 12, 75% from the free throw line. 13 offensive rebounds, 43 total. They won that battle by 12 against the Celtics. They also had 25 assists, which was 10 more than the Celtics. They lost the steals battle because they only had 5. They tied with blocks with 2. They both have 12 turnovers as a team. But like I said, the Knicks did commit more personal fouls with 20 compared to the 16 of the Celtics. They helped the Celtics stay in the game until they stopped making them. And then the Knicks was able to put more pressure on them by making shots. Then it was just a back and forth affair when it comes to scoring the basketball and getting shots that both teams like. Then the Celtics just couldn't make enough shots to be able to cut into that lead, and the Knicks was able to build on the lead by making more shots and playing good defense. And then the Celtics just ran out of time, and next thing you know, they ended up getting an L. And now we can lose a chance of winning a championship. A lot of people had us as the favorite to win the championship. A lot of us thought that we were the best teams and we should get respect because we were the defending championship team coming into this playoff, and then at the same time, we did win 60 plus games, showing you that we can score and we can be elite defense too. Then we run into the Knicks that can match up well against us, do similar things that we can do. And they have a guy that can close the game, and they have a guy that can space the floor and dominate on the boards and shoot the 3 ball well, or even put it on the floor and get to the basket in the Towns. And they made and built this team to be competitive against the Celtics. They believed that they could do it. They didn't make too many moves after they got Towns and McHale because they thought they had enough. Now we're going to see what they do. Can they eliminate us? Can they put us out? Can they defeat us, and go on to the next round and try to beat the Pacers or the Cavs and get to the NBA Finals and compete for a championship? But this is how the team was built, because you don't really need much around Jalen Brunson when he scores as well as he does. And he also is a willing, unselfish player. So, we're in a tough position. We're in a difficult situation. We put ourselves in this situation, and Tatum might not even be back. It's looking like we going by, but it's still been a great fun ride. Like I said, the Celtics have disappointed me so many times with Tatum and Brown. As part of the growth, as part of the maturity, as part of the maturation process. And even when you're at the top of the mountain, somebody always trying to knock you off of it. And tonight we ended up showing that the throne is for anybody. We wanted it. We feel like we can do it. We feel like we can get back there and get it done. But, teams change every year. Teams add more talent every year. Teams do more things every year. And there's always somebody that wants to be your competition. And the Knicks was that, besides Cleveland. and we knew we was going to have a tough time coming out the East. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We knew it was going to be probably difficult, but we still should have been able to get it done. And for them to be up, to be able to put us out in 5 on top of that was something that I didn't see happening, but it is reality now. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, do conversation videos just like this about various NBA only topics. Also do breakdowns for real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. Also do mock draft and draft coverage. So if you love that type of stuff, I do that on my channel. And I'll have over 3,000 plus videos on my channel already that you can watch and enjoy. To possibly want to become a subscriber. Plus, I upload every single day that I live. So if you love content, you want a lot of it, you want as much as you can get when it comes to NBA, this is the channel for you. I promise you that, because most people would agree with that or would tell you, man, I love this channel because that analysis is so unique and so different than any other channel that you can find when it comes to the game of basketball. Other than that, thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed y'all weekend. Hope you guys did some things fun, got some rest, and stay focused on the goals that you have at hand, and keep trying to reach them and achieve those things that you want to do in life before you hit that casket. Other than that, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay good. Let's continue to try to make 2025 a better year than 2015. And if we do that, that'd be the main achievement that I wanted to do, to show I can get better, I can get smarter, I can get wiser, I can do things differently and still give y'all the same type of quality that y'all want, even though it's more quantity. And I feel like that we're proving that this year. We had a strong 4 months, and we're doing it so well again this 5th month. So let's continue to have this mentality for the rest of the year. Other than that, love y'all, enjoy y'all, need y'all, and let's continue to try to do this together. And that's a 50-50 already, right? The reason this channel is still going strong and still one of the most important NBA channels, especially on YouTube. Other than that, see you guys later. I'm out. Y'all stay blessed up. Peace out. Gone.